Green light. Give it all you got.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my microphone was off. Actually, my microphone amplifier was off. Thank you for telling me that. Pretty new mistake. So first I am making a lap just for having like material for the video and the pictures. But it looks like the track is pretty dark in the morning, so I will switch to afternoon. $7 o'clock. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Let's see. Let's drive
Green light. Give it all you got.
a lap with the vacuum cleaner. So, since this setup is not completely irrelevant, but I don't want to just tweak it a bit. I will start from scratch. By the way, this combination of M4 and SPA was on popular demand. I set up a vote in Discord, and there were a few choices I could choose because they were even, but this car was the most. Oh my god, Last Pro, thank you very much. That really helps and much appreciated. Yeah, so this was the oldest setup between those like combinations you voted for. If you want to vote or request setup, just join my Discord. Also, it looks like it's getting some traction and community, which is super nice to see. Like Ospro and a few guys are pretty active there. So my plan is, if it gets keep going on this trajectory, I want to do some fun races with you and maybe like raid Coop servers, or I will rent a server and we can race there. Depends on how many of us can attend. But I think it would be fun to do things together with my subscribers. So yeah, join in if you are not yet. I will make roles for this. So if someone is just there for like asking questions but don't want to participate, I won't annoy him with pinging. Thank you very much, Osprey. It's always very heartwarming, and you thank me for the things I do. Also, it's super nice to see that this whole thing is starting to be a community, which I would really dig. So, yep, the video labs were done. Let's do proper driving and setting up. So, as I said, I will start from scratch. Which means I will go with like settings that looks okay and in my experience are pretty decent. And I will work from there. Hey Avatar Races, thank you very much for the super chat. No, actually, I don't have a TV. I mean, I have a television as a monitor, but I did not subscribe to any television broadcasting things. Also, I am not a huge soccer fan. I think you are talking about the soccer Euro League, because I know that's going on because my workmates are huge soccer fans, but I am not really. So I'm not really updated how Hungary and any other teams are doing. Hungary will play in a few minutes, you mean? And what are the opponents will be, if I may ask? So I will be a bit more educated in that topic. Also, where are you from and what are you like cheering for? Which teams, nations? Okay, so meanwhile the blind setup is done. Yeah, we need ignition. Let's do a few laps. See how it works. Also, Avatar Races, please ping me on Discord so I know who is your Discord like username, so I can give you, but if you are on Discord of course, so I can give you the supporter role with a very nice gold name on my Discord channel, because that's very nice of you to support me. So that's the least of I can do, like appreciate your super chat. Oh god, this car is so great. Too bad it has a vacuum cleaner as engine. Otherwise I would love it. Okay, rotation is a bit meh. Although we are still having pretty low pressures. I hope you hear me. Yeah, you can hear me now. Okay. I'm always afraid of it that I screw up something with the streaming, because I always do. But due to your very nice responses, if anything goes wrong, I can fix it rather soon nowadays, so always super helpful with that. I accidentally forgot the clouds at 42%, which is great for pictures, but not so great for setting up because, well, it's not an issue. I just used to do the 2231. Anyways, I will do these few laps. Hello, Jakob. How are you today? On this lovely Sunday? Wow, that front aero grip with the BMW is always awesome. I wish the Mustang has that. Okay, one more lap just for the Motec. Overshot a bit. By the way, ER Rouge with 20 Newton meters is not a joke. The amount of force the VR is putting out, even with 65 FFB gained and I think 33 in the controls. It's still like trying to rip my arm off in those corners. And I have, I think, 15% of static force reduction. So, yep, it's still super strong. This wheelbase is no joke. Hello, Viditans. Thank you, I'm fine. And you? Jakob, yeah, I don't know how many people are on the license server, but yeah, too many could be a bit of an issue. Which track is? I think it's Poricard now, right? Yeah, that's also an issue. Because Poricard is a super hard track. 100 gain is usually not a good thing to do, even with very low wheelbases. Make sure that when you drive, you watch that FF slider. If that goes red, then you have clipping, which means you lose detail. So you should lower your gain as low as you never clip there. It's usually around 50%. Depends on the caster and the per car FFB settings, like that one. You can bind that here. FFB increase and gain. This is per car. Sadly not per car per track, but per car. And yeah, don't get any clipping. And if the force is not enough and you have like 40-50 here and max in your wheel driver, then sadly your wheelbase is not strong enough for your liking. If it's too much, don't lower it in the driver. Always keep that at 100%, except if you want to hard limit your max, like you have a 25 Newton meter wheelbase and you lower it to like, I don't know, 50 max because you have like knee pain or something. Then you lower your driver a bit and adjust the gain here between 50 and like 25, whichever much you want. GT4s are not that strong in real life either. 60% if it's not clipping or just tiny clips like on a curb, that's fine. Like usually you are okay under 60 and basically perfect under 50. But I always fine tune my force feedback with this gain. I even did with my CSL 8 Newton meter. But right now I'm really, my strength is the limiting force, not the VR's wheelbase, because it's a beast with 20 Newton meter max. So back to the topic, GT3s are not that hard in real life as far as I know. So like 50 Newton meter is enough for being realistic in a GT3. They have power steering in real life too. So you don't need to crank the power that hard. Also, with too much force feedback, it tends to start to feel like the car is driving you, not you are driving the car, because the bumps and everything just making havoc in your steering inputs. Okay, let's watch the Motec meanwhile. What did we have? No, I say your force feedback is not perfect. That doesn't mean you cannot be fast. 46.8 is a very nice lap, by the way. T10 and T11. Let me check for Ricard laps. No, this one, because it has the chicane. Give me a sec. Oh yeah. 11. Here. If that's your 10 and 11, I think it's 9 and 10. What you think? So basically the second right-hander after the long straight, the decreasing radius, and the decreasing radius left-hander after that one, I guess. Because usually that's the big problem for everyone. Rightfully, those are super hard corners. That sounds nice, Arian. Yeah, 60 is usually enough, like not clipping, as I said. So around 50, it's perfect. But as I said, depends on your per car FFB and the caster you have on the setup. Back to Paul Ricard. So yeah, those two corners are super hard. If you need help, I probably can help you a bit. But you need a pretty good trail braking for both of those corners to have like very good stability and pace, because you either give up pace or stability if you don't trail brake super nicely. Back to the setup. Oh, sorry, just hit the microphone. So the dampers are pretty okay. We need some more rebound at the rear. Both fast and slow, and we need more rebound at the front, mostly slow. Let's try it like this. And we get a lot of bottoming out in Eau Rouge. Here, you can see it like super hard bottoming out the rear. But it did not feel that unstable. In other corners, the car felt okay. So what I will do is okay, back to the dampers. I did change the dampers, just not on my setup. Stupid me. Okay, I will try a bit more rear bump stop range with a bit more rate. Also, I will try more rake because the car felt super stable. Like, let's find out what can I do. And I did not check the tire life, so next time.
Green light. Give it all you got.
So I think I smudged my VR lenses somewhere. A sec. That is weird. YouTube says I have 0 viewers. Hopefully my stream is fine. Let me check it. Sounds alright. No distortion. That was a bit violent. Are you there, guys? By the way, YouTube said suddenly there were zero viewers and everything went silent, and now it's coming back. Was there any issue with the stream or something like that? Because on my side everything was fine. Yeah, those bottoming outs there are make me lose a lot of traction on the entry. So you do not stream in the bathroom. How dare you? Yeah, it was just weird. It could be like reporting issue from YouTube. I don't know how accurate those viewing numbers are, because I did see that it smooth out things. Like if someone joins and leaves and someone else joins, it just stays same. Does not like pop up and down for every movement. So it's like a bit smoothened. I don't fully trust it, because now it's back to like 8 to 10 people, and it was 8 to 12 people at the beginning and suddenly 0. That's why I was like, what's going on? Do I do something wrong again? Luckily it looks like the delay between the sound and video was between OBS and YouTube. And what I do now is like set everything in OBS, close it, and only start it like seconds before I start to stream. Then it does not really screws up. Well, I did not screw up for a while, so that trick works.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
Okay, still slow, but a bit better. Let's see that bottoming out again. Apart from that, usually I make mistakes, like forgot to start SimHub for the telemetry, or microphone issues. Like this time I did not turn it on, but usually what happens is I use Voice Meter Banana, which is a super great free to use program for like routing softwarely audio. And what I do is I route my my ACC. It basically sends the audio for this aux, like secondary input, and I only send that to the streaming when I don't want to, like Discord is hearable there. Thank you very much, Aspro. That's super nice of you, and I'm glad you are having fun time, it looks like. Was that on the bathroom joke? I guess. So yeah, Voice Meter is a great program, because I can send my microphone and the game sound, and if I want the Discord or even anything, over the Capture Link HDMI audio, so I can decide what you guys hear. Meanwhile, I can hear anything. On Poricard? Yeah, Poricard is track limits are weird. Super weird. Okay, let's check the Motec again. I want to see that bottoming out. It happens here. Yeah, at the front there are super harsh bottoming out, and at the rear too. Which is weird, because I am on max bunch stop at the front. What I can do at the front is to decrease the strength of them. Also, I will bump up, well, just one click, all the wheel rates, and I will also like check the dampers again. It looks like it's National Track Limit Day. I don't know, I just started driving when you saw it. And yeah, it looks like I cannot keep the car on between the track limits either, so it could be National Track Limit Day then. So suspension histogram actually looks great. It looks like a natural distribution, but I need, like, super hardly need a lot of bump. So I will increase the fast bump and rebound a lot. I increased the rebound to keep it symmetrical and increased the bump to avoid the bottoming out in Eau Rouge. Also, V rate for that is also, and like, let's see if I start to hit the bump stops a bit earlier. Does that help or not? Actually, I can check how soon they are engaged. They engage at 63, according to Motec. That means I use the front suspension the most in a few braking zones, like after the straight here. Okay, thank you. Although it would not affect the car that much there, but yeah. Yes, thank you very much. I like symmetricity and no issues too. So use the rear bump, the front wheel here the most, and it's like 56. And I said the bump stops engage at 62. That means I can lower the front bump stop by 6 millimeters without engaging it anywhere else except the Eau Rouge. This is important because if the bump stops are engaged in a corner, you basically, they stiffen up that suspension and you have less grip. And I don't want to lose front grip in corners. So let's start with 26 and see how that fares. So you say June 21st, 23rd is National Track Limits Day. Okay, I keep in mind that. No one should race Misano today then. Or Kota. Or Port Retard. Or Valencia. Those are my worst track limit tracks. Probably Misano is the worst. Like, any race above 20 minutes is usually an avoid drive-through festival. Oops, sorry. Just adjusting my headset a bit. Let's see, we still have a bit low pressure, so the suspension have to work a bit more because we have a tiny bit lower realistic hitbox due to the tires are a bit lower and flatter. Let's see how it fares in Eau Rouge. Very few scrapes at the front, but I did not feel like a sudden understeer at the front like previously, so it was miles better manageable. I don't know which part of the trick did it, but they did it together probably. That's an adaptive suspension. Like, I am better in left turns than in right turns. Joking, by the way, I will fix that too. By the way, I am a bit tired today. Also felt very weird at the morning. Then I drove a lot, so forgive me if I do anything stupid like these. Luckily, I cannot kill anyone on the digital track. Neither myself. By the way, if you have ADHD, don't watch any of my Zandvoort setup, because I am using very asymmetric cambering there, but that's on purpose.
Well done, mate. Nice little mess.
To be honest, the rear bump stops could work asymmetrically without issue, because you mostly use them while going out of a corner with the accelerator or during turning, and none of those situations need symmetricity. Front bump stops can be an issue with asymmetricity due to you can brake in straight and reach them, and of course any other parts of the setup except cambering should be symmetric. Cambering should not, because that like rubber is very soft, so you won't feel asymmetric cambering while braking, but you can definitely gain tire life with it due to engaging like the inner tires on Zandvoort. Also in Zandvoort you can gain a lot of grip in the fast right-handers with it, and since the left-handers are usually slow, it's not an issue. Okay, I try one more lap. So I will try to watch the feedback from the car, what and where I could extract some pace. So far it's a bit too stable, except in the bus stop. So I will lower the caster a tiny bit. Good so far. Probably invalid, but we don't need valid times for Motec. Data does not care. Also, it's National Track Limits Day, so we should invalidate every useful lap. Also, that's the reason I did not race today. As I said, I felt a bit weird, a bit tired. And since first day race was a disaster already, second one, and I also felt like I am taking the ERA League racing a bit too seriously, which started to consume the fun of it. I decided like, okay, I don't race today, I don't have the mood, and only race when I have the feeling of it. There's no reason to not have fun in games, in my opinion. I'm not professional. Okay. First, let's correct the bumps and check Motec. I'm curious, does my calculation work? Yes, it does, or did. The bump stops does engage earlier. We have a bit more ride height due to the higher spring rate. And since we have a bit more ride height due to the higher spring rates, I can lower the front bump stop range even more. And what I want to do is activate the bump stop in the bus stop even less, which means I increase it with 6 millimeters. So let's try this at like 23. Let's say 6. Let it be 5. I think we can crank it up higher again. And let's go nuts with the rake. Or like, what was my speed in the Camel? Was My top speed was 268.5. Uh, 12 years. That's a lot for one game. I think the most serious I played was either Call of Duty 2 back then, or I did play World of Tanks pretty seriously and a few MMOs, but after that I like promised myself I will never play anything super seriously. So I said lower caster for more stability in the bus stop. Let's go. Also, I lowered the wing by 1, increase the rear right height for more rake by 2, I think. Those together will make it more rotating in mid to high speed corners and a bit more speed at the camel straight. I'm curious how much. The Beamer is like pretty resistant to its rear wing, but it's still affected a bit. Okay, rotation feels super great here. And here too, really wants to turn during coasting and braking. Super great feeling so far. Hopefully it stays the same with higher pressures. Easily here. I think the M4 is a super solid, easy to drive car for Spa. If I can iron out this snapping in the bump stop. That would help a lot. I did not thought I will do track racing too. When I bought my rig, I played Dirt Rally 2 mostly. It's super fun in VR. And I don't know, I just kinda like the ACC force feedback and everything. So that's why I stick to it, and it just grew on me. Then I started making setups, and with all the lovely feedback from you guys, it's like super fun to do casual setting up, driving, not just racing. I'm not that into racing. I like to do it, but since it's more stressful, I rather only do it when I have the mood, or do like fun races. Also in ERA I'm more more like the community part of it, like training, the fun, the guys, than the racing. The racing is super nice, so don't get me wrong. They race super nicely there, and a lot of very fast guys there who I can learn from. Okay, the car feels awesome. I love it, although it rotates a tiny bit too much under throttle in mid to high speed. Yeah, that's a weird trajectory. Also, I'm glad you ended up here. Hey Roger, also welcome to the stream. I think I haven't seen you yet. I'm glad you like the setups, and I wish you very fun races with them. Make sure to join my Discord server if you want to participate in community events and things like that, or just have questions. I would like to get a bit more traction on Discord with the server, so we can do shits and giggles together, like racing, raiding pub servers, practicing together, whichever is anyone's boat. It looks like half of you are drifters there. Although I did drift when I started sim racing, like I did a very small amount of sim racing 15 years ago, and I only had a very crappy Logitech Driving Force GT with it's like super low end stuff. It has 900 degrees rotation force feedback, and that's all. The pedals are horrible. The wheel is super whiny and weak and like very plain force feedback. But I did try iRacing back then. Yep, that was quite a different time 15 years ago. But my most favorite sim was Live for Speed, and the drifting there with the drift mod, which enabled you to like 70 to 80 degrees of front steering lock, was quite fun. I don't say I was good in it, but I certainly tried it and played a bit with it. So by that sense, I started with drifting too. Okay, that's our first improvement in the times. Quite a big improvement. And the setups feel awesome, to be honest. My only thing I don't like is it has a tiny slight of on throttle high speed oversteer. That's also a great idea with races. I will make a Discord channel or something for that. Also, Avatar races, please write me on Discord, because I don't know unless your name is there. That's too, so I can give you the supporter tag on my Discord. But that's a good idea, like hot laps, time attacks. I will make that. That's cool. So you can post what times you did with my setups, and if you change anything, you will write like, okay, I did it with more rake or something. That's a great idea. I like that. We'll make it today or tomorrow, or at least start to make it. Thank you for the idea, and goodbye. Setup. I said you have a bit too much high-speed rotation. First of all, the dampers are actually beautiful. Pressures were basically perfect. We still lightly engage the front bump stops only, but we are not getting bottoming out. I will decrease the front bump stops just tiny bit so they are a bit more stable here and there, but not big changes. And the rear bump stops are not bottoming out, and we are not really using them in slow speed corners, which is great. Super great. But you deserve it. So you will get it. I will find you and give it to you, no matter what. Every little helps, and I appreciate every little help, not just money, but like thanks, and someone writes me a DM or email, whatever, like, thank you, your setups helped me having more fun concentrating on racing, things like that. It's always super nice to hear and see. So yeah, it's not about the amount, it's about the gesture. The setup, I said, tiny bit less front, tiny bit more at the rear, and a bit softer at the rear. Man, maybe I tried like less fronto. I had enough like cornering. Sorry about that. I hope no one get diff. I have to bind a mute microphone somewhere somehow. Did not found any way to do it yet. So I wanted one last thing. Oh yeah, the speed. Check how much speed we had. Okay, we gained half a kilometer per hour. Not much. Still, it counts. Also, like, yeah, I had more exit speed at the camel, so probably had a tiny bit better exit, and still had like, okay, it's like 1 kilometer per hour. Not the end of the world, but still counts. Also, how the car handles is the important part. Let's save it as 9. I will delete the old ones. And what I wanted to, well, I drive it a bit, just a tiny bit. I think I was on used tires, so never mind. Still, decent-ish lap for a 22 Celsius session. 17.8 with 4 liters of fuel. I'm happy with that for a start. Let's drive it just a few more, like my changes did not screw it up. That's a good question. Well, first, like, you have to calm down. That comes with experience and practice. So the more you practice, the more you know that scenario, that race scenario you are in, the more confident you will be with yourself and the less stressed you will be. But I know it's like personality dependent how stressed you are for different kind of situations. You could try lowering your force feedback a bit and grabbing the wheel a bit less hard. the, that's a bit like invasive correction, Arian. Let's try a bit less invasive first. So less force feedback and soft grips, trying to calm down would probably could help. Also a comfortable position, like, are you super comfortable in your rig? Or you sit like a bit stressful position? Try to get like a very comfy position. Hey folks. Are you on Airlink or wired? I think you are Airlink, you said. The max Airlink you can do is 200. But even for that you need I think AX Wi-Fi, AX capable Wi-Fi. Yeah, but on Monza you have time to fall asleep. Also, weed is illegal in most countries, so we should not advertise that. Okay, loves great over that curve too. Yeah, but it is probably multiple reasons amplifying each other. So it could be like not much racing experience. You are a type who stresses on new experiences, mood, tiredness, what you did previously in that day. As I said, sitting position, force feedback, everything. And the more of these you can dial to make yourself more comfortable, the better you will be, and probably more consistent. So it will be a gain in everywhere. The car felt very stable there. I even overbroke it. Oh yeah, you definitely need some help for Monza. I can't really stand that track, it's so boring. Yeah, cable will be much better. Okay, fifth gear is better over Eau Rouge. Definitely. Definitely. Kill issue. But the cars drive wonderfully nicely. For me, for example, first day I went to a bike ride, like cycling bike, before the race, and I think that was a bad choice. So for me, at least, for racing, I need a calm afternoon and be relaxed, but probably a chill bike ride could help you in that. So it depends on a lot of things. Oh yeah, Monza Open Lobby T1s, those are legendary. Those are where the most skill concentrates in the game. Skill of how to survive, to be honest. Okay, let's see a proper ish lap. Yeah, that could help. Depends on how much the riding stirs you up. If it calms you down, then that helps. If it makes you more alive and stirs you up a bit, then that would probably not beneficial for the forthcoming race. Should have stayed in third for the first right-hander. Decently stable here. Okay. I will give back just 2 clicks of bumps up rate at the rear end. Let's check tire life. Perfect, beautiful, decent, symmetric. That's fine. That looks very good. Oh yeah, Monza is the survivor game of ACC, like PUBG or like what was the Thermal mode? Like something Z? The zombie surviving permadeath mode. Operator Drewski made a few nice videos about it, I remember. Okay, let's try. Four liters, 4x4, 16. Equally level. World War Z. That was the movie. Yeah, I remember. But there was an Arma mod. But yeah, actually, yeah. Monza is the World War Z of ACC, definitely. Daisy, yeah, thank you. That was it. Never played it, but I watched so many videos about it. Although I did try Arma. Played like a few, 3-4 people cope with it. It's a few of my friends. But never went further. Oh, okay, it rotates. No kidding. I hope I took fresh tires. Well, 800 hours is a lot. Yeah, that was a great mod, by the looks of it. Also, it probably depends on how and on what server and who with you play. So you want to play bowling on Monza then? Not just World War Z or Daisy. Okay. Well, I actually did sort of something in last stream. Because I made an oversteer and understeer setup for the 992 for Barcelona. I basically just screwed up my normal setup. And that was because I did an oversteer understeer training as advanced course 1 on ERA, and I gave them the setup. We can do that once, Jacob, if you don't mind your essay. So I made those setups, and basically we challenged each other, like how fast you can drive the oversteer setup, because the understeer setup was sort of okay. It could be corrected with 43, no kidding, brake bias. But then on the oversteer one was not really a handful. It had so much rotation, you cannot use all your turning. Running sim, oh yeah, definitely. And we did quite a challenge, but that's actually a good idea. Like on April 1st, I make a setup which is not completely undrivable, but let's say not easy. And we will make a challenge how fast you guys can drive it. Like I will start up a server and do it there. I like these ideas. I like shits and giggles. Also, if a lot of you will join Discord, and a lot of you are already, can start to arrange these races and practices and things like that. Like I would love to race more raw pork, Porsche 992 Cup, but I get that's not everyone's. Yeah, the oversteer porky. I so I understand the 992 Cup is not everyone's taste. Still, it would be nice if we can like get 10 people sometimes to race it. I love these community ideas, keep them going. I also have to make notes, because I'm a tiny bit short-minded. Holy shit, that rotation. Quality setup is not kidding. But I will make the front suspension softer so it has more grip out of the slow corners. The bomb did not help, because it oversteered way too much here. Let's do that. Also help it with just a tiny bit of damper work. Less at the rear, counter it with bump stops. Let's see. Yeah, I saw that many people start to recommend me as much as Friedolf. Also hats off to that guy. It's very nice that he shares his setups too. Not really following his work. I know he's not like he only releases setup and not really into these community things, which is fine. It's whatever he likes. I appreciate every charity work basically, and what he and me does is charity work, to be honest. So back to the topic. I saw that you guys like advise me as much as him for free setups. Thank you for that. The more people I can help with my setups, the more happy I am. And the more people join as a community due to this, the more fun we can get. Eventually, hopefully. Yeah, the car is a bit understeer now. Oh, what was that? I paused the game for a split second, then it just teleported me forward. Let's use more of the rear bump stops. Sorry. I have to look up if I can mute voice meter. Can you describe what's his style and my style and what's the difference? Also, hello, Bruno. It's not an issue if you don't. I'm just interested. By the way, my only complaint about Fridolfs is he makes his showcase laps in hot lap mode, which is sort of cheating, and I don't like it because your tires are not consistent compared to practice mode, and that can affect some of your lines. And as you know, I'm not a great hot lapper. I want to show like decent lines for racing. Okay, rotation is much better now. And if he would do it in practice mode with proper tire clamps and proper lines, I think that would be nicer from him, but it's his choice. That's my only complaint, and it's like a very small part of the whole thing. Although I don't know he still does that, but he did when I saw his video somewhere. Sorry. Probably they felt like ice due to negative rear toe, which is like a trend in ACC, but I don't like how it drives. Also a lot of negative front toe, which makes the front wheel vague, and the gain of it is minimal after you optimize the Ackerman effects for the fast corners. Okay, quality setup is definitely not slow. Still a bit understeer here. I will check that in Motec. Concentrate on that corner, under throttle high speed corner, because on these corners the Exit acceleration feels okay. I mean exit rotation. It's a bit understeer here too. I'm glad you're still here, Mr. Astro. Yeah, the chat is very nice today. I like it. Yeah, setups are subjective. Usually I aim for sort of agile turn-in, and the car needs trail braking to rotate it into the corner. Then hair understeer coasting, so you cannot over-rotate it with too much steering input. And basically after the coasting, when you get back on throttle, it will do a sort of same trajectory, so it will keep rotating but not over rotating, and I usually aim for that. But I know my setups are the toughest part to drive. My setups is on the braking, but you just need that braking rotation for decent lap times, and other parts can be like limited a bit, so you cannot overdrive the car. Okay, it's much better now with proper tire temps. I won't touch it. I was just too impatient with my tires. That was probably invalid. Motec is a telemetry analysis tool. It's in the description, also my workspace, so you can use it. It's free, it's unofficially free software. I will read the other comments in a sec. Just want to finish this not too bad lap.
Well done, mate. Nice and
17-2 in hot session. I like that. That is SimHub. That's nice to hear, Arian. Yeah, I usually advise not to use Motec when the dampers are set and all the bump stops and everything. Just like some rake, maybe like balancing the car with anti-roll bars that does not affect the overall movement of the car. Some toe changes. Usually those are fine for fine-tuning it for yourself. I would love to. I have a few issues with the GTR, mainly rear bump stop range cannot go as low as I would like, so I have to counter that with other settings. Also time limitation, but when I run out the more mainstream cars like Ford, Porsche, Shitbox, McLaren, BMW, Aston, I will definitely go back to the Lexus Nismo Bentley. I love to drive the Bentley line and make setups for it. I started making them when I had a bit more time, but now I'm a tiny bit more limited. Okay, let's try just a bit an even more aggressive high speed and less aggressive slow speed grip. Just check it how it feels, but otherwise the quali setup was quite good. So if this change does not work, I will hop on to the code session and try to set a few 16 laps. Quali 22 degrees already was 17.2, so at least with that I can do 16, probably. No, the dampers will work anyways. You can use my damper settings and do everything else in the setup however you want. And you will probably get proper dampers that way, so maximum or at least close to optimal tire to roads contact time. Let's try TC3. Tires are still cold. I think it needs even more rake now. If I want to keep it this way. Well, I set it up. I'm glad it worked. Yeah, the Beamer is a very good car. I just wish they put a real engine into it. afraid sixes can make great sound, but this one is not. This is a vacuum cleaner. I know the turbos does muffle it, but still it sounds horrible. It was a crappy rouge. Never mind. Let's check the rest of the track. Okay, awesome there. It rotates much better here with proper tire temps. Oh, my slow speed need high more rake. Complaint is invalid. Not as good throwing into the corner the previous was, so I go back to Q2 and yeah, sure, usually like our top times somewhere between the 100 and 101%, but basically like 101% in the spreadsheet is like the diamond race pace. 102 is plot, 103, 4 is gold, probably 3, 4 is silver, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 is in the bronze range, but it depends on a bit like tracks. Also, like, don't forget that track temperature changes a lot. Also track grip, so it's not like you can just use all that data for ERA, because those are the best race lap times, so probably pretty optimal temperature and track settings. Okay, let's drive the cold. Did I just delete it? Yes. Never mind, save it again. So PC was free here. Let's save it too before I do something stupid and overwrite it. Let me check Discord just for a second. The ERA guys are still racing, it looks like. Because we will start to practice with my 2 bronze, which is gold. It's a joke. League mates, Mr. David Roth and Ernest Lindbergs.
Green light, go, go, go.
Now, folks, then you can only improve from there, and quite fastly, like quite quickly. So let's look the bright side. You can improve a lot while I cannot. So Mr. David Roth and Mr. Ernest Lindbergs will be my teammate for the 6 hours of Nordschleife on July 12th. make sure if you have time and fun and like 1 or 2 teammates to join. It's a free open race hosted on SimGrid. All the details are on Reddit. Mr. Fangs posted a post about it a few days ago. If anyone is interested, just shout me here in the chat and I will copy it. It's GT3 versus GT4, 6 hours of Nordschleife. Okay, so my target is anything sub 17 is 101 for this car. It's a bit slow on Spa, I think, or like average. If I can do sub 17 with the race setup, I'm super happy. I'm not the greatest Spa driver in the world. Too early upshift. Never mind. You have to set the tire pressures first anyways, and the delta would be helpful too. Good night, folks. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining in. Six. Keep you in fifth. bit more pressure in the front right could probably help not bottoming out there. It's quite a stupid mistake. And that one too. Overshot it.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Let's check those tire pressures. Front left needs 2 less. Front right needs 1 less. And rear both needs 1. So 2, 1, 1, 1. So let me just reset my VR because it feels a bit off. This solves it. That's always nice to hear, Mr. Astro. Luckily I am too. I did a 17.2 with the quali setup on the normal weather section, so I am aiming for sub 17 with the race setup first. Let's see how low I can go. Hopefully I'm not on used tires. No, I'm not. It says tire set free. Climb 1 second. This setup feels very good. go. Was maybe invalid. That is more like it. Goodbye, Arian. Have a nice day, night. And hello, Yaka. How are you today? Let's not overshoot the chicane this time. Much more like it. Tiny bit wide on the left-hander. Feel decent. Okay, 73.
Personal fastest lap.
That's always nice to hear. Did anything super nice happen, or is just a good day overall? Ah, for your sim rig. That's very nice to hear. I hope you will like it. I'm fine, thank you. A bit tired, so I decided I skip the race today. Also, I really hate Paul Ricard. Apart from that, the stream, especially initially, was super crowded. I loved it, like constant chatting. Now it's a bit more quiet, but I am concentrating on driving anyway, so it's fine. The setup is great. I am really happy how it is handling, and the pace is very good too. I'm trying to aim sub 17 with the race setup. Not like that. Just lost the lap there. Alright, we have more. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I have nice company. Everything is fine. Also, I visited my parents yesterday and came back today. Nice to see them. Did not see them for a while. The road trip to back here was quiet, so nothing to complain about. Are you going, Aspro? Or just waving for fun? It was a misshift. No, sadly not. I just told my day for Yaka. No, I still need to put some proper lap in so I can make a proper video out of it. I want to show a fast and clean lap as showcase, because I know many of you guys use my videos as reference how to drive a track. So I always aim for very sustainable and clean laps, and only like allow a bit of overdriving and being rough in the quali showcase. Yeah, I just bought a 90-degree plate from Obi, which is a hardware store here. And basically I just had to screw new holes in it. And that's all. Like any regular 90-degree L plate is fine. Yeah, not my favorite truck either. It's not a bad truck, it's just way overrated. Yeah, I need new tires. Yeah, they are pretty popular in Europe, but I think so. Like, you can get better prices for everything everywhere, but if you need something quick, they are usually open, and they are not that high priced. Also, another thing, if you need multiple things for multiple, yeah, like L-shaped, multiple things for multiple places, then they are very good because you just have to go in one place. Yeah, those connectors on the rear end, those are actually one L-shaped plates. That makes it super rigid. Okay, we have new tires. But you can get there in Obi. I bought it there. Like something for connecting steel bars or like something. Carter combo? Szia, Mate. I think... That's a good question. The Jag is super great on the Nordschleife. For fun. For technical driving. A front-engine car on Hungaroring, like Aston M4 Ford. That's also very, very good for like properly trail braking, rotating the car with the brake. Always a great feeling. And of course the Porsche everywhere. And the Cup Porsche. Sorry, I still don't speak German, Astro. It was on the outside. Oh yeah. I did use 90 angle like connectors to make it even more rigid. Okay, I will try to remember that. How the Aspro name come? I mean, where it came from? Well, I saw that already. So. Yeah, the normal pork is fun, but it's fun to drive the raw pork sometimes to practice with it. Kyalami was that was a horrible place to have a VR bug. I'm not happy that this VR bug is still present. Really not happy. Yeah, I remember you say that you are an Italian in Germany. Yeah, that was definitely an oops. An oopsie. Yes, it happened, and it's super annoying. Hey, Opa. Haven't seen you for a while. How are you? Yeah, this VR is good. My headset had an issue. Still, VR is awesome. Just this headset has this issue sometimes. After about 2 to 3 hours of usage, it sometimes does this weird thing, but I don't get why. Sometimes it does not do it for days, and I can drive multiple hours. Still searching how to solve it, but it's not a lone issue, sadly, because there is a post forum about it on Meta. I am using the Oculus Quest 3. This is I'm on wired, and it drops the debris or moisture in the USB connector issue. My initial idea was I am sweating and that makes it, but currently I'm not sweating at all and still made it, so I don't know. I will try to play around using different USB ports. Oh yeah, those like very unreasonable issues are super hard to find. Yaka probably was not happy to dig around for weeks for it. Looks like I'm getting a bit tired. Yeah, I'm glad you find the issue too. No, I don't know him. Why? At least I don't remember knowing him. I am not working in the area, I am doing it like for fun. And coaching is a bit of a stretch. I don't do one-on-one sessions. Sometimes I do like, okay guys, get a few of us on the server, I try to spot your issues, stuff like that, but I don't have that much time to coach people for free, sadly. Also us pro, that sounds like a very nice trip. Which part of Italy will you visit, if I might ask? Is it a family meeting, or you go there for holiday, or both? Oh, and it was invalid. Oh, come on, where? 17,000. Was it in Air Rouge? Oh, for God's sake, like 10 centimeters. That sounds right. Sounds great. I hope it's real. Like 17,000. I hope the screaming from the street won't be hearable on the stream. All right, let's do a few laps with the quali setup. I will either use that lap because otherwise that was completely super nice. What were the pressures? 5.8, 5.9, 5.6, 5.7. 8, 9, 6, 7. And let's see what the quali setup is capable of. Which one? I did not know we have a new racetrack. I'm not really following like real sports. I know there's one next to Lake Balaton which is not finished for many years. And of course we have Hungaroring, one of the most technical track in ACC. Probably the best place to learn trail braking. Balaton Park Circuit. Let me check that. Looks decent. Balaton főkajár. So there were already a few races, okay. By the layout, it looks okay, but it also depends on like small details, elevation. Also, it's not far from me, so I can visit it with my bike. But I can visit it with my car, but it's more fun to cycle everywhere. No, as I said, I don't really follow real motorsports. I have so many things to do. I'm a bit like don't have time for these usually. When I know things, like if my colleagues would not talk about it, I would not even know there's a football European series now. because I'm not really following these. What I know, because I'm interested in and super proud is sounds fun, is that we had 20 podium finishes in the Water Sports European League, like 13 gold, like a crap load. And compared to how big Hungary is, it's always amazing that how well we do in Olympics and these sports too. Like kayak, canoe, swimming. In these water sports, Hungary is like, compared to its sides, is awesome. And I'm always very proud of these sporties we have. And also very sad that they usually like have living problems because we cannot support them. Anything what is not football is not supported in Hungary, and it's like a bit sick of me because we have so much success in other sports. While in soccer or football we don't really have that much success, yet we pour a crap load of money in it. Yeah, Hungarian does too, in my opinion. Like, compared how much money we pour into it, it's appalling. Is that right now, Astro? Oops. It was a bit too much asking. I hate corruption. Not just in sport, but overall. For God's sake, please hold on for half an hour. Damn headset. Yeah, the thing is, I would not mind a pop-up error message, but why the fuck it has to be full black screen and the pop-up message? Like, just overlay. Android can do that. No, no, no. Make it full black. Also, like, let me disable the shit and lose warranty. Okay? Like, okay, I take the risk. I take the risk of ignoring false errors. Okay? Just let me disable it. No, I cannot. Meta makes a great product, then their software just sucks. Which is funny because mainly they are a software company. Yeah, it fears that I will crack the 16 today and oh, I cannot drive on the TV. I mean, I cannot keep the car on track on a flat screen. I'm so bad on a flat screen anymore.
Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
And we are out of fuel. Next. I have to aim with my head, so like head movement, into a very small OK button and click the volume button on the bottom of the headset with my right hand. And it's not a pleasant experience if you are middle of corner in a race. It's fine for this like offline racing. I can pause. Mostly it's not ruining anything, but yeah, I should solve it somehow. But Meta should solve it because it's a false error, by sure. The issue is I don't have warranty on this thing anymore, I think. That sounds nice. But I love racing in VR and driving. It's so fun, so immersive, and so good. Ah. uh, yeah, some people cannot get it, like ever, but most people can through their VR legs and be resistant to it. After a while, I am like completely comfortable with it, as you can see, like driving 3 hours without an issue, without break. Basically, the headset cannot handle how much I can handle, it looks like. Triplers are super good, but they still lack the depth sense VR has. Yeah, the old Rift is nothing compared to modern VR headset. It's like leagues apart. Honestly, I suck so much at Spy, it's horrible. I bet half of you guys could already do 16 with this setup. Anyway, I'm glad my suffering is entertaining. Okay. Don't know where it was invalidated. No idea. And again, at least it was in a straight. Looks like I have to finish today's stream soon. Should have kept 5th there. Never mind. Is it the PSVR 1 or the 2? Because the 2 is great, the 1 is okay. Yeah, valid lap. Mm. New tires. I know there's more in it. Much more. Yep. No idea. Although, if you are very dirty, I can just Google translate it afterwards, and so it won't stay secret if I want to, but you are nice guys. I don't think you do anything cheeky. Good old brake boosting. Not behaving well today. in the headset. Drifto! Probably was invalid. Yep. The no name. Nowhere in my dreams I will ever able to drive a 15. Especially since I'm not a good spa driver, so... Well, I'm not a good overall driver, but spa is one of my least good tracks anyways. There you go. And out of fuel. Maybe I lost a 100 there. I don't drink beer, so drink mine and have a lot of fun. I'm really glad you are having fun there. Always nice to see. Do you live close together or something, or just... Well, there's the setup. You can steal it before I release it. And there's the race setup. And I just did a valid 16.57 with it. Probably, I don't know how much I lost in the last sector. Probably that could be like 100 faster because I ran out of fuel the very, very, very last second. Never mind. So, do you guys come to the Sim Expo? It will be, I think, Dortmund in October. Meanwhile, check if... No, anti-roll bars are fine. Um, Basically, what I usually advise is to play with the rake and anti-roll bars if you want to try fine-tune a setup. Of course, you should start with brake bias and the electronics. That's like the best place to start because those have affect only brake distribution and how the car handles. Always make sure the pressures are in the range, preferably 27 to 26.5. Never change the dampers if they are my setup. And like if you want more mechanical grip on the front, then you can just symmetrically change the anti-roll bars. Anyways, I am going to bed now. It's quite late here, also I am quite happy with that time. Also, like, I don't think I ever did this many 16 times. So the quali setup is definitely capable. Like 8.7s are not really the end of the world with it. Going sub 6 is, for me at least, probably you guys can be faster with it, is a challenge, but I could do it with a nice lap. I think that last lap was like not too much errors in it, like braking at the patch, pretty close at the apex, using all the exit. straight lining here as much as I could. Throwing in for the first corner. Third corner, nice. Exit used all the way. Using all the track. Probably this was my worst corner. Still decent. Hit both apexes, a bit too much on the second. Trail braking super deeply. Back on throttle. Small brake. Losing apex exit. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Check if the Discord guys. Okay, they won't practice today, so that was today's stream. I hope you liked it. It looks like some of you had fun. Also, there was a lot of chatting today, so I'm always appreciating the company and especially appreciated this time. So thank you for joining and have a lovely evening, day, morning, whatever you have in front of you. And see you probably tomorrow. Goodbye.